Yes.
Let's
Okay,
do
yeah,
recording.
let's do it.
Okay, guys,
I'm gonna
let's.
get out of
There is some Peggy Fenninger. What's the?
Hi. What's
I-
what? What am I doing? I'm pet sitting today, so I don't really have anything with me. So I'm just gonna be drawing circles in my circle doodle sketchbook so that they're all ready for me. And I'm not gonna put my video on because I didn't go to bed till 2:30 and I didn't sleep well and I look scary.
Oh wow! No, we know you. Come on, it's okay. It's up to you.
I was dancing a lot last night. So
You're
Oh,
dancing
so that's
bloodlust.
good.
yeah, it was the March 4th marching band is a Portland band and it was their 20th birthday. And it was a big event and it was amazing.
I
Cool.
like that you are always reporting us your shows you going.
Yeah, I am a social girl.
It's nice.
I like that the world is opening back up again.
I wish we don't. In Ithaca, we don't have much. I don't know. We had Elvis Costello last week.
Oh, that would be amazing. I love him.
I love him too. I saw him. He loves to play deep cuts, you know, and like you going there now. Okay, this is like my song from something you never heard, and oh my God, I wanna listen. I wanna.
You want the
Oliver
classics.
Ellison, pump it up, and you singing something I never heard. Anyway, guys, let's just continue. Julia, it's good to. Julia isn't on the phone right now. Julia, it's good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Sorry, I couldn't join last week. I had to work.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a fine. Today is also we have a little bit slow. Sandra will not be here, and maybe Diana will join later. And so just continue what you're doing. It's just slowly then send the images, and we can talk. And Jenny, tell me what's your.
I'm gonna do the castle again, the ruined castle or
Yeah.
Abbey, whatever it is, Abbey.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't happy with last week's. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
pay
gonna start
attention.
over.
It's a contre-jour against the light, and so pay attention. The castle is darker.
Yeah.
Almost silhouette, you know. In that silhouette, then you see these little ones.
Mhm.
And just break the light on the photograph into geometrical shape, literally. There is, I remember, there's like almost yellowish sky, and then this reflection on the water. So those just break it on the, just put it there, and exactly the same values as it on a, you know.
Mhm.
So just that's, and let's see how it will go. Julia, what season you gonna paint today?
I'm gonna experiment a bit. I've been a bit inspired by some of Leah's do your background, and then kind of just freeform and black and
Mhm.
white. So I'm drawing
Black and white?
well, I'm gonna draw from my head. I'm not using a reference photo, and I'm just going to put a load of color on the paper and then
Fantastic.
try and draw over the top and just see what comes out. And I'm
Yeah.
but
I
in
want to
the-
show you. I got pastels. I work with pastels, but I got something. It's very interesting. I'm gonna show you right now. I never seen those before. It's a 12 pastels, and it's a gray scale. You see,
Oh yeah,
it's from dark black to the white.
lovely.
Oh, that's what we needed yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a,
Yeah, yesterday in class, our pastel class, we only
Yeah,
looked at black
it's
and
a-
white photos.
it's a something. Then you can do, you know, grisale, and then you're doing. Hi, Diana. Then you're doing just basically black and white. You know, no color. So this would be an amazing. Yeah, I should try those for some little sketches and stuff. Diana, how are you feeling now?
Better, but still not good.
It's okay, but better is the
Yeah,
key.
I've had antibiotics and a lot of prescribed cough medicine.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what was it? It was just not COVID, right? Just the virus.
no,
Okay.
bronchitis.
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 Oh my God.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. But you created some flowers.
Yeah,
Let's continue that. I wish you would. I wish
I
you
will.
to move little bit towards abstraction, little bit, one
Yeah.
step. And also, I want to show you some techniques. I was thinking you should
okay.
not only palette knife, but like I need to find the tools. You can go even wider, the almost like a house painter's materials. I don't know what it called in English.
A
That
spackle knife.
speckled knife, exactly there, and you can just
Okay.
move the depth of the painting and stuff.
Okay.
I think that's
I have many spackle knives.
so maybe even I will take you now. You're like, oh, okay, got a palette knife. Now I want to move you even
So that
Beyond
should
the
be on the larger canvases.
larger, larger canvas, rough drawing, create a lot of colors on the palette right away. And I want you like deep red wine colors,
Okay.
like those with the maroon, with the violet, with a little bit of tobacco yellow. That's your palette. I actually have photograph on a different computer. I don't know how to send it.
Take a photo of it.
I will take it for, I want to send you the color palette. I think you would
Okay.
really, Peggy, you look fantastic. It's not like you were dancing till 3 o'clock and
Yeah, it's like 9 something here, and I had to put a hat on because my hair.
Isn't it like very, very 90s thing, dance till 3 o'clock? Or it's then I stop dancing till 3 o'clock. It's 90s and the people continue, and younger ones. It's something out of like Transporting, movie. Like then that's your dancing till. Okay, Diana, I wanna send you that
Okay.
that color palette. Just let me, guys, I'll be back in 1 second. It's on my second floor.
Okay.
Leah, are you in earshot? No,
No.
she walked away. I'm in my pajamas too. Sorry, I didn't get dressed for you all.
Okay.
You look
It's
adorable.
nice to have a friend. And I'm also in
And I'm
pajamas.
sorry it was bronchitis. Bronchitis is terrible.
Yeah, well, I'm getting better, but I'm so sore. I feel like I've cracked all my ribs. But
Yeah, I'm
of
sure
course-
coughing is hard on your body.
But of course I haven't, but it's painful. Hey, Sunny, what do you want? Take a hike.
Hey Peggy, you look so
Hi.
cute.
I have a question for you about the PDXOS gathering. Do you know when that's going to be yet?
Well, I mean, we'll probably make it like when we announce the artists in April or something like that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, we originally scheduled it in February because we wanted to promote the call.
Right.
And then that was scuppered by the,
Yeah.
so then we were like, there's no real point in doing this now. Let's do it at a different, so.
Okay, that makes sense. So probably April. Is that
I'm
right?
thinking April. Yeah, I haven't talked to the board yet, but I think that's my thought about it. Is
Okay, good. Because my March is filling up and I don't want to miss it. So
good. I know it'll be really, I think it'll be really fun, right? Like a
yeah,
nice-
I was so looking forward to that. I was just like, stupid snow.
yeah, I know. I
Okay.
know. I feel like we don't have enough opportunities to gather. And that's what we're trying to do this year because it's our 25th year.
Leah,
Yeah.
look what I got. Leah, she's disappeared. Diana, I sent you image.
Okay.
Look at Leah, look what I got. As if you as a pastel master will appreciate it. It's a pastels on the grayscale from black to white.
Oh,
I have those. They're
nice.
awesome.
They're
To
gorgeous.
do grisaille kind of like that.
Yeah, I love that. I should get everybody to get those. I like that.
Those
I
are
mean,
coming
they're
in
really having a
yesterday.
good time with color. That's the thing. Everybody's going kind of bananas with color right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Right? It's
But-
fun.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Yeah, so think about those colors.
Yeah.
It's the palette. You can print it out. But it's a photo of the screenshot from the
Yeah, that's fine.
But you can see
Yeah.
how yellow, a tobacco yellow almost, right? This kind of intervene with this like a maroons and So that is your palette. And the
Okay.
big spatulas,
I
couple of
can
them.
work
like
with that.
And just to make fast, aggressive, put yourself there, you know, and
Yeah.
fail, please, don't be afraid.
Okay,
Just really aggressive, really expressionistic, like
yep. I like those colors.
yeah, that's I was immediately I was like, oh, I need to take the screenshot because that could be Diana's, you know, kind of well, what I'm saying, kind of deeper colors, you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's a gorgeous, and the spatulas will give you this immediate kind of success, I hope. Would be more violent, more modern, you know.
Ooh,
Don't
I
be
like that.
afraid
That's very
to
gorgeous.
break that shape.
Gonna save that image.
Did you take that photo, Lotto?
No, I was just like browsing the web, and I found,
Right.
oh, this is exactly what we need, you know.
Right,
The inspiration
exactly.
can come from elsewhere. You can walk and take picture of your, you know, neighborhood, your wall,
Exactly.
old wall with all kinds of, you know, it could be your colors coming from elsewhere. You just need to turn that antenna, you know, to see the world the way it sometimes reveals itself. I was a lot of soul searching about this class, guys, and I want to confess I don't like my sermonizing nature here.
Oh, come on.
And I don't know how to, because that's my role. I need to, you know, some kind of
You're doing
facilitate.
just fine.
And in the end, you just slap me if I start something, you know, the art is, this, you just stop me in there, okay?
He's been
We're
worried
getting
about
your
it.
perspective.
It's
We
fine.
appreciate that. We appreciate getting your perspective.
Yeah, it's that's why I'm here, and I like to do that, and I deeply think about each of your works, and during the week I'm looking for images, how to push forward. But there is something also like I start sermonizing, and this is like I never did that. I'm not that guy. I'm always pro, you know, constructive dialogues and listening and participating and pushing forward. And it's probably because of nature of the Zoom, and you know, it's something about it, and I acknowledge that, and I'm fighting that, you know.
You're
And
just
we're
fine.
working on different stuff, and we're all kind of, yeah, we're all separate, and we're all kind of in our little zone. It's quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard,
Behind
and
us,
then
you can see.
it also changes, you know? It also changes you in a way, like if they would be in the same room, would be different dynamic, you know.
Yes.
But we are in the same virtual room.
And I was like, we same virtual room, and a couple times after the lessons, I'm like, what you were talking about? Shut up. So I'm like, I know it, and I'm like, but the other way, it's maybe the strong positions brings the fight and brings the opposition and brings the conversation rolling and going, which is what art is. Art is, I realized when I was very young, I realized art is the place to meet people. It's a place of dialogue. It's where you're meeting your, you
Yep.
know, like your enemies or your friends, or art is this kind of sacred
It's
place.
also where you meet yourself.
They meet yourself, you knowing yourself, you know. Then you try to know, another Greek, know yourself, right? This ancient Greek stoicism, which is harder task, I think. And so, for example, I was like a lot of self searching, why this way, why not, why I'm doing that, what stops me to, and yeah, it's very interesting. I find myself being shy to push my career forward, you know. I was a lot of like, why I'm not in some, I have a skill, I have a vision, I have everything, stuff. And then I realized I'm shy to push. You need to be pushy, you know.
It's a delicate balance. It's a delicate balance. It's interesting.
Yeah, I raised in a country where you should be slightly unsuccessful a little bit to be very cool and good. And so, yeah. Okay, Diana, Julia, I'm gonna look at that images.
Very nice.
I'm just, I'm using your technique, Leah. I'm
Oh,
being
good.
inspired by it, and I'm not painting from a photo today, I'm painting from inside my head, so.
I
uh,
love it. I
I'm
love
Very
it.
good,
what comes out.
very good, very
Yeah,
good.
world. Diana, how you doing today?
Better, but not great.
Okay.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Okay, this isn't art related, but these are really delicious and addictive. I know you won't eat them, Lotto, because there's sugar on them, but the rest of us still imbibe in sugar.
Yeah, absolutely. I love pecans, actually. I eat pecans religiously every day. 100 grams of pecans, nice.
That's
Yeah.
part of your protein,
Huh?
part of your protein.
I'm proud of my protein and just like you getting all the stuff. I don't know, guys. It's
Pecans are a cancer fighter.
Say it again. I love the Peggy
Pecans are a cancer fighter.
cancer
They're really
fighter
good for you. I eat a lot of raw pecans every day too.
pecans. Yeah, pecans are amazing. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know. The diet is also so boring to talk about your diet. Oh my God.
Totally.
This is like, oh, I'm gonna.
Peggy, your posts about last night are fabulous. You need to post one of those or collage one of those. It's so gorgeous.
Which ones?
The post
need
of your dancing last night. The
Oh.
blue one is
Oh, right. The stage was gorgeous, right?
great. You should use some of that imagery. It's good.
Yeah, I have to go through the basement and find all my W magazines. I want to work with bigger pages so I can rip out bigger swatches of color and texture.
I remember I was buying always W magazines in New York, you know, in bodegas, when like those guys are gone. Remember those like cigarettes, some candy, something, and huge long stand of magazines, like nice magazines, all of
Oh
it.
yeah.
Well,
Man,
you could get international magazines. Like,
international
Uh-huh.
magazines.
or
So-
magazines from your hometown, wherever it was. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was incredible. And I was buying the W. I was buying Interview. I loved Interview.
Oh, I loved Interview. Yeah, I've always been a magazine collector, and that's probably why I turned to collage.
Oh.
But when my parents moved from Lambertville, New Jersey to Virginia, my
Hey,
mom.
guys, I drop coffee on my watch. What I do now on my
Oh, you need to bang that coffee out, and then you need to put your keyboard in rice.
is it
Turn it upside down. Turn
Yeah,
it
upside down so the
down.
keys are facing the table, and just tap it gently so all the liquid falls out.
Those are little tragedies of life. The little tragedies of life.
You don't put anything in your coffee, right?
I had creamer.
Oh, all right. That could become sticky.
And smelly if enough stayed in.
Yeah, exactly. I would wipe it down with rubbing alcohol as well, and then seriously put it in with some rice to help absorb the moisture.
It depends on how much, but you know, if you take a Q-tip with alcohol on it, it's normally
Yeah.
going to clean.
How to check if it's working? What should I press now?
I
Type
got it
something?
first.
Type something.
Yeah,
Okay,
type a message in the chat or something.
okay. Oh, it's working. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it this way, and then using Q-tip, oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is like, yeah, I'm gonna bring the paper towel in.
It's okay. We've
Yes,
all
when-
been there, I think. I think we've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to keep water or anything on my desk. I keep it behind me.
I have my computer raised from the table.
I'm actually on my computer today, guys. So when you guys send images, I can actually look on my phone. It's
Ah,
very exciting. Where I'm house sitting, they have Wi-Fi, so.
You don't have Wi-Fi in your own home?
No, I don't have Wi-Fi or a television. I live in a cave. No,
Sounds
no,
like
I
it.
don't need the distraction. So I'd rather make art
Brilliant.
than
Yes,
work on the
yes.
project. So
Oh my God, lot of butterfingers.
Don't worry, you got it.
It's okay, you'll be fine.
How that happens? Why it's always happens?
but yeah, my parents, when they moved from Lambertville to Virginia, they called me up and they were like, we're getting rid of all your magazines. And I cried for like a week. I was like, I spent so much money on those. So sad. All like foreign, tons of cool and groovy magazines. They're like, you don't need those. I was like, oh, so sad. I can't believe you threw them away. Well, they recycled them, but still.
But I think it's good to let things go sometimes.
I know, but those were amazing magazines.
I actually have a friend in Sweden that got all the magazines her mom had collected during the 60s and 70s. And she's done all these collages. I don't know how big a series it is. It ended up as a book, and she's had like all these exhibits for like 1.5 years traveling Sweden with the magazine
Wow.
collages.
That's
Amazing.
cool.
Amazing.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Her name is Lill-Marit Bugge.
You
Can you
better
put that
type
in
it.
send that through Snap or whatever it's called?
Yeah. I have a couple of the pictures actually in my house.
Oh, nice.
I bought it.
Okay,
I
I'll be back.
bought one from her and
Yeah.
she sent me one as a bonus.
nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Because Diana's always supporting. I know that. Everybody gets that.
If you can,
I love to buy art. I think I like to buy art more than I like to make it, maybe.
No.
Leah knows. I have several pieces of Leah's. Maybe
Yeah.
not several. I think I have 3. That counts as
You have
several,
like
right?
3 or 4. You have the best ones though. You've got some super experimental ones.
Uh-huh.
Peggy likes my weirdest work. Really awesome.
I love it that when I go to buy something from a maker of any kind, I pick something out that they're like, oh my God, I made that. Like, it was one of my first things I've ever made. And no one ever's wanted it. They're like, but I keep putting it out because I know one day the right person will find it. And I'm always that weirdo who I like that rawness that we lose, unfortunately, the further we progress.
You have a great eye for that kind of thing.
Thank you.
You have a great eye for that kind of thing. Which is very gratifying.
Yeah, I can't wait to finally get everything on the walls because then I'm going to invite all the artists over for a party.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, be like, hey, look it, I own you, and I don't own you.
Own you.
That sounds
I
terrible.
own you.
I own you.
I own you. Well, as we were just getting on, Lotto and I saw an old friend who we haven't all been together since 2006. And of course, the first thing she said was, oh, that to her friend was, that painting that's in the hallway, that's Lotto's, the young Churchill. I remember them buying that piece.
It's amazing,
nice.
isn't it? I don't remember that painting exists.
Yeah, right, until she yes, but it's all connected with that time.
Yeah, I know. And that's like it wasn't a bad time. It was a good time.
It was a wonderful time. We complained a lot. We thought Budapest was kind of whiny. Hungarians were
Remember that?
whiny, but
Remember
like,
that?
we had a great time, amazing time.
Remember that novel called Prague?
Yeah,
It's actually set in Budapest, and everyone there, this expat community, dreams to relocate to Prague.
yeah.
I actually want to reread that novel, The Life of Expats. It's terrible.
So I sent you one of those. She puts, it's more like a little social commentary, what she does.
Okay, let me see.
But it's fun.
Very interesting.
So she put these old royal figures together, or a lot of them are pin-up girls. So
I like the
girls,
second. I like the second image a lot with the girl in the red.
yeah. So
Nice.
that's what she's done out of old magazines, but she's done, hundreds of pictures.
Yeah. Kind of mix thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you can't beat nostalgia for, like,
Oh, sorry.
I felt like when we were in Eastern Europe together, all the artists I knew who were from the former Soviet Union in some way or the other were painting pictures of their relatives with parts of their faces missing. And I always felt that had to do with like how the Russian kind of obscured they sort of rewrote the truth on everything. So there was this kind of, I could see it everywhere. In Lotto's work, in all of our friends who were there was this kind
Yeah.
of like,
My
Yes.
work changed. My work changed after I left the Eastern Europe. I would
it
never.
changed
return.
a lot.
Yeah,
But I think it's an okay thing to say that it was there.
it was there. Absolutely, there's a burden of
And-
history there.
Yeah, and this sort of feeling that history was stolen from you.
Yeah, and
That was the feeling I always had. I was like, oh yeah, this is sort of a protest of what you lost when somebody rewrites your history.
I was fascinated by photographs you can find in flea markets. Those Hungarian or Austro-Hungarian families, long time gone. What is this? Who are those kids playing in this beautiful yard of the beautiful house? Like, what is that? And that imagery was a lot in my work then, a lot of it.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember I was painting I sold it all actually, huge painting with a group of boys from photograph, or like a school. I was inspired by school photographs of, like this,
Yeah.
like graduating class, 1924, long gone, forgotten. US kind of brought me back to myself. It's very interesting, actually.
US is new world. So it's less about what's behind you and more about what's in front of you.
Yeah.
It's a different, you're not really sort of constricted by where you came from. It's who you want to be.
Yeah, it's very interesting concept. It's different.
Place.
It's liberating in a way, but you're lacking something also. That's what's interesting.
Right, absolutely. It's just new world. It's just you ignore the past. Europe and older places where people have lived for many hundreds of years and thousands of years, like you can't help it. There is patterns that affect your family, affect who you are. It's old world.
Yeah.
And the US has the opposite problem, or I don't know, however you want to say it. Not exactly a problem, but you know what I mean.
Outlook.
Yeah, but you can feel that the US is pretty historyless.
Yeah, it's historyless. It's all about, if you think about it, it's everybody who is getting the fuck out of Dodge to make a new life. They're like, yep, I'm not that person anymore. One of my favorite mystery series written by a woman named Riz Bowen No, Risbon, yes. She has a character who is named Molly McBride or something, and she's a like indentured servant in Ireland, and
Yeah.
she fights off the advances of her rich landowner son and hits him on the head and kills him. And then she gets on a boat and just fucking goes on somebody else's identity and goes to the new world. She's always afraid that like somebody's going to find out like throughout, and she kind of just makes it by scrapping away, you know, like by just kind of scrapping away. She hooks up with a couple of lesbian friends who are rich, who like pretend they aren't lesbians, but they really are. And like, it's like, you know, she's like, yep, done with that old shit, in with the new. It's a whole thing. She's wanting to forget where she came from.
Yeah, very interesting. New brings different set of anxieties too, by the way.
Exactly. You forget who you are. You forget.
Uh, In my case, every day I need to learn something here, and I'm not, you know, like I don't want to learn anymore. I was telling that.
Yeah.
In my hometown, I would be one of the like fathers of the town now in my 50s, you know.
Right.
I would walk calmly on the seashore, you know, under the palm trees in the cafes. Everyone would be hello, how are kind of Philinesque world, you know.
Yes.
Amakord, you know, everyone knows each other. Everyone is very,
Yeah.
sit there drinking Turkish coffee, gossiping.
Turkish coffee. Oh, I want
Yeah.
that now.
Uh,
Instead of that, I'm learning how to drive in the snow.
I don't like to,
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, buddy. Watch my good ear. You're so
And I think driving in the snow is a very stressful thing, you know.
It is very stressful.
I was driving my son to the game in Binghamton. It's hour, and it was wipeout. First of all, why I'm driving, maybe no one will showed up, and then this drive is total like how to return. And the second, what if deer will showed up right now? It's like you're driving on a country road.
yeah.
What if, and it's beautiful, very scenic. It's like everywhere you look, it could be landscape. Julia could make the beautiful pastels from those everywhere you look in this part of the world. And I was like, what if a deer showed up right now and I need to press the, you know, brake?
There are accidents. That's what happens. It totally sucks.
Yeah, and I have 2 kids in my car. I mean, it was, yeah. So that stress wouldn't be known to me. I lived in a Mediterranean town, you know. 100,000 population. We all knew each other. I went to the best school, you know, so I was like, yeah. My
You were-
generation will be right now, you know, right there.
You'd be a big
Politicians.
fish in a small pond.
Chiefs of police, prosecutors, lawyers, doctors, just my one phone call and deal done. And now I'm learning how to drive in the snow, how to clean your driveway, stuff like that. Yeah, my hometown was beautiful. It's actually very scenic, very beautiful, heartbreakingly beautiful.
Palm trees,
Palm trees,
beautiful beachy, kind of brightly colored buildings.
warm Black Sea,
Yeah.
big liners in the port bringing tourists from
The
all
irony
over the
is
world.
that I could go there and see it, but Lotto can't.
Interesting.
Yeah. Russia controls it, so they won't let any Georgians in.
But hopefully it will all start, you know, like Russia is crumbling. So yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
hope.
Huh?
Let's hope they really are.
Yeah. So like right now they created one of those separatist territories all over the belt of the, you know, like Transnistria, Abkhazia is where I'm from in Georgia, Karabakh and all that, you know. And so suddenly right now is this that Ukraine could just enter Transnistria and take it from Russians. They have enough power, you know, and the army is really strong to help reunite Transnistria to Moldova. So
That would
to
be great.
the end of this separatist little enclaves.
But isn't Moldova next on Russia's? short
Not
to,
anymore, because there is Ukraine on the border, and Ukraine will interfere, and Ukraine is strong.
And
Ukraine is
supported by
not
the
what-
US.
Ukraine is a 60 millions of fighters with enormous amount of ammunition, and the guns are coming. So
Yeah, and supported by the US as much as you can without actually sending soldiers over.
yeah,
There's
it's a good word to
lots of
have. You
people
don't die.
who don't want to see Russia advance any further into Ukraine, so.
And so if Transnistria will fall as a Russian enclave, then maybe it will time to be returned Georgian territories too.
That would be amazing. I hope.
But it's like, it would be the territory of trauma, you know, you cannot really live there anymore. It's it's just decades of this chaos and unloveful life, you know.
Still got that nasty cough, huh, my dear?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right.
It's okay, you sound better, much better.
You do.
I am much better.
And strangely enough, all that story that I went through could be literature, but not visual art. It doesn't make. Diana, I like your look on your face with the brush in your hands. That's very good. You should send what you're working on.
it's in a very awkward stage.
Okay, don't send. Okay.
It's fine. I'll send it anyway.
I need to go to rock concert. As a Peggy, I envy you. I need to go see some bands.
This is my year of getting back out there to do that for sure. I've been to a few shows already. I want to see live music once a month. That's my goal.
I was listening to a great podcast this morning, and they were talking about collective effervescence, which is kind of, you know, just the thing when everybody's moving in unison together, and it just kind of is really awe-inspiring. And we just don't, with lockdown, we just haven't done it. And I thought that's so true.
And this band is from Portland, and they're a marching band, but they're not your typical marching band. They are a festival circus-like band, and the love in the room was amazing. And they, you know, they even said, they're like, if you're feeling sad, that's okay, but take the happy from the people around you and try to, and it was just so, it was amazing. And it was just so fun. And people wore the bestest clothes. I was kind of sad I didn't wear something more fabulous, but yeah, it was just awesome. And then balloons came out, and it was just craziness. And then the band, this band has been around for 20 years, and it's not the same exact members, but all the members were there from over the 20 years. So there were probably like 30 to 40 band members. And they kept rotating in and out off the stage. And then for the encore, they all came out into the middle of the dance floor and played at our level on
cool.
the dance floor. It was amazing.
Yeah. I miss the audience when you, especially when I was living in New York, and I would go to all this post-punk acts, you know, like Bauhaus or those bands, you know. I would always go to see like Morrissey or something like that, and the crowd was perfectly dressed. I mean, it's like exactly how I like. New York is already town that everyone dressed in black, but there would be like even you know, like it's like a goths and post-punk guys, and they kind of like audience wouldn't be young, it would be like 40, 50 something, but fabulous looking, you know, like, oh my God, that I missed. We don't have it here. We have a
don't always have it here either. Portland is very a casual town.
We
But,
don't, yeah, we don't have it. It's not our.
but this band brought the people out in their finest wear. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, in their finest festival wear. And some people were in suits and tuxedos and so many sequins. It was beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, I miss that. I miss that absolutely. I didn't know that's a huge part of my. But there is like a. We were talking about. There's concert around here, Syracuse, Rochester. You can go. Grateful Dead had a legendary concert in Cornell in 1977. The movie came out of that concert, an album, I think, live album. And so now Dead and the Company, it's the people who used to be in the Grateful Dead without Jerry Garcia. They're gonna recreate that concert in the same hall in the Cornell. I think I should go probably.
You should totally go.
But I don't like Grateful Dead. That's
It doesn't matter. The concerts are amazing. I've been to the Dead. I've seen Dead and Company. I'm not a Deadhead either, but the energy and the love and the vibe,
Yeah, you should go just once.
it'll rejuvenate you. It'll just give you like
And-
sparkles on the inside.
And Ithaca is a hippie town, so it's a lot of deadheads here, you know. You know that dude in a colored t-shirt with Grateful Dead on it and a ponytail, 60-something, you know that big dude, kind of American type.
They all live in Ithaca.
Yeah.
A lot of them, yeah.
We have a lot of those too. We have a terminology for that guy.
Oh, what is that guy?
Called a jagwap.
Huh?
It's just a guy with a ponytail.
Yeah.
Jagwap.
I
Yeah.
have never heard that, Leah.
I never heard that.
No.
Jagwap.
Amazing. I mean, ponytail is fine when you're 24, but when
Yeah,
you're
but when you're
67,
like, yes, it's problematic.
when you're 67, you don't have hair here, dude. Please
Later
spare
in
us.
life. Later in life, it's definitely problematic.
Yeah, and what is the t-shirts? The rainbow type of t-shirts when you're doing in the
Tie-dye.
Tie-dye.
Yeah,
tie-dye.
tie-dye.
yeah, tie-dye t-shirt, ponytail. Yeah, what's that guy name?
Just another guy in a ponytail with a dead head, like that's pretty much the same.
Yeah,
I call them aging hippies.
Aging hippies, that's also good. That works.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's what they are.
Not a sexy thing
But I
to.
don't want to judge them for doing that because they're just being themselves.
They're happy.
I'm not judging.
Boomers.
I'm just
We're not
not.
judging. It's not the same thing. It's like, it's just it's a thing. It's a
It's
descriptor.
Peggy, it's anthropological study for me
Okay.
because I'm not from here. You grew up with those types.
That's
that.
true. I did.
And for me, like, oh yeah, okay. There's another one. There's another one. Oh, here's the tribe of those guys. Who are they?
There's a tribe.
Because I still dress like I'm a 5-year-old. So
Okay. And
that's never
Also
going
another-
to change.
yeah, and another thing you think it's not really sexy kind of thing, like
No.
I don't know.
No, I get that. Because if they show up in my dating app, I just give them the X.
Absolutely, yes. And you should.
Indeed.
Also, it's really barely you see those guys with the female partner. They
It's
cranky.
true.
And another accessory could be it's the socks and sandals in the summer.
Oh, yeah, that is super sexy.
I don't,
That is a very Portland thing.
I don't think so. You're not
and
getting
that
laid in
is-
socks and sandals.
That
You're
is
not
really
getting laid.
disgusting.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that in New York City.
Yeah,
no, you don't see it.
you can't get away with that in New York. That's very
New
true.
York, you immediately get the death sentence with that. Yeah, or you need to be very, very young, very trendy hipster, and then with all fabulousness of youth, you're having this ironical socks and sandals, and it works.
Yeah,
Ironic.
don't think so.
Yeah, there is this. Pay attention. There is like ironic socks and sandals. Youth.
It's
know?
like the girls that wear mom jeans. That's like the
Oh,
girls.
they all do that right now.
Mom jeans are back.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking, like it's a whole thing.
We had that conversation. It's all 80s again. 80s. You said
Yeah.
like
I just had 2 teenage girls here visiting.
Oh, yeah, you said.
Yeah.
How was that? How are they?
It was nice, but they looked like they came from the 80s.
Mhm. Desperately looking for Susan, or what's the movie with?
Yeah,
Seeking, Susan,
they're
definitely
desperately seeking Susan.
Desperately seeking for Susan. That's exactly
Exactly.
sometimes like,
That's exactly.
wow.
it.
And I mean, I want to ask, are they referencing, they know their sources, or someone started it and then they just ripping off each
No,
other?
they don't know the source.
No, they just see it in the stores and it's what's new and trendy, so they buy it.
And then
Some
six,
know. Some
6
people's
months
parents
later,
have
it's
told them.
something else.
Yeah,
Six-
and they're like, if you show them like, hey guys, here's Cyndi Lauper, 82, you look exactly like her. Why?
And actually, Cyndi Lauper was the original, I think, sort of originator of that look.
Absolutely, absolutely. She's
I was
amazing.
a big Cyndi
Before
Lauper, still am a big
Madonna.
Cyndi Lauper fan. She is
Before,
awesome.
She was a real trailblazer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
go see Duran Duran.
Oh,
So I think maybe next decade will be 90s a bit, grunge. You will see the boys like Kurt Cobain, you know.
ugh.
That
Sad.
never died here in Portland. Grunge is still very much alive.
Oh,
That's
really?
We're very
I-
close to the source here.
Oh,
Which
it
is Seattle.
came from there, from Seattle, of course.
Yeah.
Seattle. So it's
Plus,
always,
it's just the way of Portland, right? Like we used to have a governor of our state that never wore a suit. He was a jeans guy. And
yeah.
he
that's very-
normalized jeans in fancy restaurants.
Yeah,
We've never looked back.
it's amazing. You guys, you blew my mind right now. It came from there.
It came
Yeah.
from here.
When you
Yep.
see people in a suit, you're just like, you're not from here.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Wow.
true. Truth. Total
So what
truth.
was what's the Portland's favorite? I bet Portland's favorite grunge band is Screaming Trees.
I mean, that's a Seattle, that would be more a Seattle call. Wouldn't you say Pearl Jam? Who would you say, Peggy?
No, not Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, he got you.
Although Pearl Jam did redeem themselves with their anti-commercialism whole bit where they were like giving away their music and doing all and like refused to gouge people with concert ticket prices.
Right.
I don't know. I do think we have a huge Seattle influence here. So it could be any Seattle band. Like Nirvana still people love. And
Alice in Chains was
Alice in Chains,
uh,
Super
kind of-
Suckers.
back at that time.
I don't
know
know
what
if we have a
sounds-
Portland grunge band that we follow and love.
Yeah, it's all Seattle.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting? The grunge is a heavy music. It's a hard rock, basically. But a
Hard,
lot
so
of hard
good.
rock fans hated grunge. That's so amazing. Because
My favorite is Soundgarden. That's who I love.
I think Soundgarden would be the one. They were
Yeah.
at the beginning. They were there with Nirvana and everybody
Yeah.
else at the beginning.
and I think Chris Cornell had amazing voice, really listened.
Oh, freaking amazing.
Totally.
I saw Soundgarden on South Street in Philly back before they were known. And I paid $3 to go in this tiny bar to hear them play.
Wow.
And like a month later, that's all you heard about. Soundgarden taking over. I was like,
I
guys,
wrote
that's the band we saw.
Fast.
I wrote a piece about, I bought the tape and I wrote a piece about nostalgia of the sound. I don't know if I'm talking about like the way the tape sounds, you know, the tape inside this plastic box.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was talking about, I think. And so I kind of like I realized what was my last tape? And my last tape was 92. It was war in my hometown. The city was shelled it's almost like Bakhmut right now in the Ukraine, you know, it was frontline. We were there, we didn't know where to go. It was like surrounded. I mean, it was a disaster. And suddenly my friend comes and said, hey, Lado, look, I have this tape of the new band. You never heard. Let's put it on. It's Nirvana's Nevermind.
Your water.
And and it was like, I was like different music. I was listening a lot of jazz, and so I put this Nirvana, and I remember we, like 5 of us, I had a good speakers and amplifier. I put it all and we were jumping. It was like Pete, you know, like Pete. we all jumping, like listening Nirvana. It was a last tape.
Yeah,
And then
Nirvana.
all that world disappeared, and I become like in the refuge for years. And now I wrote this piece, and the guy's name was Malish, which is like he was in the army. He had all full ammunition on him, and Malish in Russian, it's a baby. So his name was Baby Boy.
And there he was. in
Baby
the-
boy. He had like I had Kalashnikovs and everything, and grenades on him, and we were listening Nirvana. I don't know where he got this tape too. Yeah, that's my grunge story.
It's so interesting to hear how things dribbled through, how they cut through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an album produced in '91, and it came to us through the war and trenches in '92.
That's pretty quick, actually.
That's pretty amazing.
That's
That's
amazing.
basically the sign that your civilization is falling. When like you can pretty quickly get the new music. No matter how the totalitarian assholes are running it.
That was like amazing. Smells like and then he had this Bowie song. Like I was like, oh yeah, that I like. By the way, guy, what we're talking about is also visual art. Everything
Totally.
is visual art.
And most of those band members all went to art school, right? Or like so many bands met in art school.
Of course. Of course, all of them, almost really seriously, all of them. Like from Freddie Mercury to, I don't know, John Lennon, you know?
Yeah.
I actually really like John Lennon's drawings, these little caricatures he did.
Yeah, I have
Very
a
witty,
couple.
very
I have a
witty.
couple of his etchings that I bought back in the day when they didn't cost a fortune.
Like original etchings.
Nice.
Wow. So you see,
That's
it's what
super
I'm saying.
cool.
It's all art. Art should kind of, now I'm start sermonizing. I should shut up.
I had,
But
What
should
about-
include everything. Should include everything. You can include the inspiration from every source.
I agree.
Today I saw on some of the like Facebook pages that beautiful covers of the orchestral maneuvers in the dark. I don't know if you remember that band or not.
OMG, totally.
Yeah, OMD, and the covers, they're so minimalistic, so abstract, so incredible. And I was like, oh my God, OMD, I was listening to them in the high school. That's what really impressive. In early 80s in Soviet Georgia, I was listening OMD.
you could get OMD.
That's craziness.
Yes, it's a quest to find that stuff, you know?
Can I ask you, do you think I should do the leaves red?
No, I think right now you need to take spatula and violate that thing, you know?
Yeah, but what am I doing with the leaves?
Make them darker, make them deeper. Leaves, it's all should be connected to everything else together, you know?
Yeah.
If you start working on the leaves right now, then you say, oh, my background is not there anymore. You know, like you always.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a-
I have changed the background 3 times already.
Yeah, it's all should be in harmony. You kind of working, it's almost like driving stick shift, you know?
Yeah.
You're working on changing the gears and see this whole thing together. Not just a leaf, just a background. You're not creating a leaf, you're not creating you're creating a painting. And the painting requires this kind of total look at it, you know?
Mm.
Makes sense what I'm saying? Like just a work and leave, at the same time think about background. Work in background, add there, take a little bit there, you know? Make it vibrate, you know? Make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure I might make it vibrate, but I'll try.
But that's the goal. And you know what? Also another thing I would also highly recommend to visualize what you want to create, to have at least some kind of picture in your mind where you're going.
Yeah.
Some photographs could help. Some additional materials could help to have that vision, and then execute. It's never gonna be the vision you have 100%.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing, you know, to achieve, because here you have resistance of physical things, and through that resistance, it's really hard to get there. Your mind is crystal clear. You see it sometimes, you know, but it's helpful to have that. You visualize and then get there. So what I would say about
Say it's the balance, it's a balance, Lotto. You're sort of a balancing. You want to have it, but you don't want to be too caught up in it looking
It's-
at particular.
absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
It's very Zen thing too. It's unachievable that needs to be achieved, you know? And if you're
Yeah.
actively looking for that to achieve, you're never gonna, it's like nirvana. And nirvana is the final goal of Buddhists. But if you're actively seeking nirvana, you're not doing right thing because you're tangled in the very material thing of seeking it. So it's the same with the painting. You want to create that, but also if you're pursuing it too hard, it will always it's a strange thing. It's just so, but that's why I'm suggesting let it go and create it, visualize intellectually, but then using your senses, try to achieve something. If it's like 70% of your vision, it's a great success.
And
It's
then
like
maybe something will happen you don't even know.
And there is, of course, there's certain types of paintings when you're working from, especially realistic painting, you're working from the sketch you made, you have hundreds of sketches, you have a absolutely identical cartoon, what Italian masters would call, it's like same size drawing. And then you just, it's different, it's a different art, but we're not in there, we don't have that time anymore, we're not there culturally. But we are here and our time is like, yes, it's like this strange, it's a lot of like the Russian fairy tales that go there, I don't know, there, king, a tsar asks someone, a former future hero, and bring stuff, I don't know what is that, you know? So your goal is uncertain. And that's also very Zen, it's very interesting. I guess Russians get that through China maybe because they're bordering there, and
China's the oldest.
and
so-
China is oldest, and it's a
Right.
Tao, it's all that, you know, the goal is uncertain. And that's there, Zen is coming, and that's the a lot of contemporary art had that mentality in it, you know. And try to see the whole picture. That's the dhyana, and not going to be very successful. You're making the best art of your life. I guarantee you that.
You are so kind.
I'm right. You will. Yeah.
He's right.
I'm gonna get some. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna get some coffee. Maybe this time I will try to drink it successfully. Not. I'll be back, guys, in 3 minutes. Okay.
I wish you could bring me coffee. I gotta make more too.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. I'm sending you coffee wipes.
Sadly, even I can't bring you coffee right now, Peggy, unless you're next door. Where are you?
That's like my dream is to have a person in my life who like gets up and makes the coffee. That's all I want.
Well, you have to get the rest with it too,
Yeah, I know.
not
that's the
just the
one part.
coffee. Then maybe you are the one that has to make dinner for him.
Yeah, I actually love cooking dinner. And you know what? They made coffee when they left, and they left like a large amount. And I had a cup yesterday, and I already had a cup this morning, and there was enough to make a whole new second cup. I just have to put it in the nuker.
Yeah, that's very unhealthy.
Nuke it?
Who wants to
Yeah,
say?
it's very unhealthy to drink cold coffee because it gets these really bad acids in it. Should never heat up coffee.
I've been doing it all my life.
Okay.
But yeah, I know the oils in it can go rancid and stuff too. So
It's just really unhealthy, but that's your choice.
Sorry. Love it. Go ahead.
So Portland finally won. There will no longer be a Walmart in the city of Portland after this year.
Oh, I saw that. But the show, the news program made it sound like that was a bad thing, and I'm like, Portland, I bet Portland did that on purpose.
Yeah, I do not think, like, that's why I said Portland won, because we try to get the big boxes out of our city so fast. We're like, nope, like when Target took over a couple of iconic places, I was like, really? Come on. Actually, they took over 3 icon, although I guess they saved the
Yeah.
buildings, which is nice. We have one downtown Portland, which they took over an old mall. We have one in an old bowling alley. Actually, 2 in 2 different old bowling alleys. And the one old bowling alley, they kept the building structure, and it's so cool. I don't know what the era is. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Leah? The one on Powell?
I do.
Is that like the 50s? Is that from the
Yeah,
50s?
I'd say the 50s is what they were really. Yep.
So they kept the building structure and like all the kitschy signposts and stuff, just because they were like, well, why destroy that? Which I think is
Yeah.
really kind of nice.
But you know, what we all say in Portland is, hey, Walmart can go to Vancouver. It's right across the bridge.
Right.
People in Vancouver love Walmart. Let them have it.
Yeah, now they're going to be sad they can't come to Portland and not have to pay sales tax.
Oh, yeah, whatever. They don't have to pay their state income tax. I don't feel sorry for them.
So I bought this pen called Friction. It's an erasable ink pen. My friend Valerie uses them in her fabric sewing stuff because you can get rid of it also with heat. So I was watching a guy on YouTube, and he was like, you know, when you draw your sketch and then you watercolor over it, your pencil lines end up being stuck from the watercolor, right? You can't erase them if you've watercolored over them. So I got this pen so I could use it to see if I can, because I do these circle doodles, and I just started my new circle doodle book. And so I drew the circles with the pen, and now I'm going to go into the bathroom and grab the hairdryer and see if I can make the line disappear after I've painted over it. I will report back. I'm very excited. If that works, it's going to change the game for sketching and then watercoloring.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to mute though, so you don't have to hear the hairdryer.
I don't know.
Nice.
It's not exactly groovy.
Groovy or groupie?
Groovy.
Groovy.
It's not.
It totally works, guys.
Cool.
My pen line, now I want to sketch something more detailed in there. I just made it make the circle go away. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Can you send a picture? So
Yeah,
just-
yeah, I'll take a picture of the pen. And it, you know, my circles are close to each other, so it erased part of the line on the other circle on this other side of the page. But that's fine. I can still see the impression of where my pen went.
Diana, do you want to send over, by the way, what's going on, or do you feel like you're still just working it through?
I'm no, I'm working with the palette knife now.
Okay, got it. That's gonna solve a lot of problems. Right there.
We'll see. We'll see. It.
Oh,
I think it's gonna get. It gets a little bit better with a deeper, but
Diana, I want to share the artist with you.
okay.
Uglov. It's a, I don't know if Uglov, if I pronouncing it right. It's English, top English painter. So he had that quality of geometrical kind of palette knife kind of. Let me try to find when I was talking about look at the whole picture, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a best
Yeah, I get it.
illustration.
I mean, that's how I always work. And
Yeah,
I'm getting away from that. I would always paint the subject and the background at the same time and
Yes, of course.
keep on changing it. So this is where I'm at now.
Yeah,
I'm working with a palette knife right now.
very nice. So Uglo had this, he's famous by his like nude models,
Yeah,
paintings, but also I wanna send you just a simple image of,
okay.
it's so hard to find on this. His still life. I want to send you his still life. I'm just trying to, it's really hard to,
Yeah, I think
Make
with
it
the
big
large one, maybe I can be a little bit more.
free.
Yeah,
And same time, that's a strange thing. Be free, but also be analytical about, you know.
you are so spoiled, Sonny.
No, Diana, you don't spoil your dog.
Hey, no,
No,
how could you even think that?
never.
never.
How could you even think it?
Right here, I sent you that image. It's a very simple. But it's done with palette knives and has
Oh,
this,
yeah, I can see.
and
Cool.
I think, Diana, you're moving away from your normal process because you're adding a new technique in.
Yeah,
Instead of just working out, that's why you're moving away, because you're working out how that's gonna play. Right, in your final.
yeah, we'll see how it works.
That's always how it goes. As you're expanding what you do, you feel a little bit stumbly. One feels a little stumbly,
Yeah,
but it's good because it kind of is always forcing you to return back to what's important about your process.
Yeah.
You want to preserve.
Are you on Instagram, Diana?
no,
All right, I'm gonna find this lady's
I'm on Facebook and you know, I can't have more time spent on social.
Oh, I'm
media.
with you. No, I was gonna send you her Instagram link, but I will send you her.
I
website.
am on Instagram, but I never check it, so. But like, I can access, but
Well, I'll just send
I
the link.
never
She
post
does
on-
all palette knife work. And she's just she's current in the world. And I snagged one of her pieces one of the times she put them up for sale.
Cool.
And I think you will like her work as well. It's similar to the one that, although that one has more texture, but she just all palette knife. And I'm always impressed with like how much detail she gets in her pattern work, like on a tablecloth or something.
Ooh, that's cool, Peggy.
okay, I'm sending one more Uglov's painting. Then look, sometimes
Kind of Dearborn-y.
Yeah, her work is
Oh.
gorgeous. And
Oh, that's
in real
gorgeous.
life, it's just, oh, and it still has that, I love oil paint because even after it's dried for a long ass time, it still has that
Wow,
scent.
that is just beautiful. That Uglio, wow.
Uglov.
Oh,
Look at it,
But-
it's extraordinary.
But Peggy, the artist you send is pretty cool too.
yeah, I love the reflections in the glass
I
on
love
that.
that's what exactly the direction I wanna push. But I think in her case, yeah, it's a great art. I mean, it's a good, you know, it's her, and yeah,
Yeah, she has a distinct style with her palette knife work. For
style,
sure.
and that's there. It's very good art. Good art.
And a distinctive palette as well.
Yeah, totally.
But that palette will comes from experience, from the experience. You're working, and then you find you comfortable. There's certain set of colors on your palette, you know, and it's just naturally. It's not like, you know what, I decided my palette will be yellow and green. You know, it's not like that. It's coming from the experience, and so you just work, and it will absolutely. And then the next, of course, the next level, it's this create the mystery of the painting. When someone is looking at that, it's like that Uglow has that quality, you know, of
Yeah, one step
How-
at a time here.
something, the presence of something in it. That's the next, you know, it's the next level of the skill, and that can be, you know, teach, or, you know, it's just either it's there or not, you know, that mystery element. How to say that name, guys? Yuan Uglow. What's the Yuan? Yuan? Even?
Which one?
I'm gonna send around. You teach me how to pronounce that.
Okay.
So it's E-U-A-N.
Ewan,
Yuan. Yuan Uglow.
like Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. Who's that actor?
Mhm.
Oh,
I thought Ewan McGregor was with a W.
Second
No, it's
time.
with a U, it's E-U-A-N.
Oh, is it?
I think that's
Trainspotting,
like a slightly
Trainspotting,
different
right?
version.
Trainspotting. Ewan McGregor from Trainspotting.
Yeah, totally.
Second time today. I remember. Yeah. Ewan, and then it goes Uglow. It's so Ewan Uglow. It's amazing name.
Hard to say.
He painted the model, and then she become David Cameron's wife, and there is the naked picture of her exists.
Oh,
Poor woman.
Why? It's not. It's just art practice. It's all.
No, I mean, no, not the art practice, but being married to Cameron.
That, yeah, that maybe I didn't. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with being model. It's actually a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, that I.
Oh yeah, married David Cameron. I can see it. Yeah, such a blowhard. My God.
He's a weirdo.
Leave the UK. with his-
Who's the weirdo?
Cameron,
I mean, just what an idiot. Sorry.
James Cameron.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I missed the first name. I was like, I didn't know.
no, David Cameron. James Cameron is also an asshole,
Oh, okay.
filmmaker asshole.
I just heard Cameron, so I assumed it was James.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now that I do this with a palette knife, I'm gonna have to change everything in the painting too.
Or leave that painting, put on our canvas close to it, and just start with palette knife. Do you have canvases? I believe you do.
Yeah. I have tons and tons and
Oh,
tons.
So here's my advice: don't ruin that one you have. Just put on our canvas and quickly recreate what you have with the big palette knife or even spatula. Go get
Yeah,
spatula.
what do you mean ruin? It's not good yet. It's not good to ruin.
I think ruining it is a part of a process,
Yeah, that's
but I would
fine.
highly recommend to paint something next to it, maybe. It's
Okay.
just this kind of process. You're just creating multiple, and then you will choose from them. Paint 10 and 2 will be very good, you know?
Okay,
And that's why spatula is my next thing for you, spatula.
Okay, I'm gonna
Well,
go.
I don't
and
know
get
when I
the-
move you then. After that, maybe some different instruments, you know?
Like a 2x4.
2x4. You know, also like it could be like and now the nails. Start painting with the nails. Hammer the nails.
We'll take one thing at a time here.
Yeah, one thing at a time. But let's keep the painterly painting. Let's not use nails. There is fantastic German artist Günther Uecker. He used nails all over his objects, and I remember I was like 18 when I first saw his catalog. I was blown away. So nails. I want to send Günther Uecker to you guys. Nails could be interesting too.
There's a tin artist in town, and well, a few of them, and it's interesting because they have to nail the tin to the wood, and so the nails also become part of the art.
Yeah. I'll show you where it come from right now. I'll show you the original guy. Fabulous artist, Günther Uecker.
I love learning about new artists I hadn't heard of.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And
I think it's very powerful. I mean, he's like he's working on a kind of like a scale from 2D into the objects, and I think it's fabulous, fabulous, fabulous art. Sometimes you're revisiting your childhood heroes, and they're still good. That has aura and mystique in it, that object. And also roots into the Dadaism and Surrealism. Leah disappeared, and it's like,
She'll be back.
Jenny, send the images, send your cathedral.
Okay, I'm making some changes right now.
Ah, okay. When you feel like, and Julia, also, if you feel like,
Mine is a mess.
Fiction clicker pen. What is that?
It's the pen with disappearing lead.
Wow.
You'll get Peggy's
Sermon on that one.
I love Peggy's art supply advices and her deep knowledge of the stuff. It's impressive. Absolutely impressive.
Okay, as much as I love you all, there's a tween class that's starting and I have a new student coming on. So I'm gonna
Okay.
jump off here. You guys go as long as you need to.
We're almost
And-
done. It's 1:25. In 5 minutes, we're done.
I know I need to go on and it's a different Zoom link. It's Emma's. So I need to jump on there and make sure everything
Okay.
goes well. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. Ciao,
Bye.
guys. I'm not gonna
Bye.
end this. I'm gonna make you the host. There we go. Yes. All right, now.
Oh,
I don't think I like this any better than the previous one, but
You don't?
no.
this is kind of strange.
Strange is good.
Yeah, let's
I
it
like
might
strange.
not be strange in a good way.
Mm, mhm, mhm, mhm.
Diana, I freaking love you. You're awesome.
Me too, me too, me too. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to hang out with all of you. I love this class. I really do.
I really do it too. I'm always, I said it once, I'm always ending up being in a better mood after than before I started. And that is not a small thing, you know, in Ithaca's gray winter, you know.
It is
And
a
I'm
good
not
way to
saying-
start my Sunday for sure. I'm happy that it's the first thing I do on a Sunday.
I'm not saying it's like therapy. It's not. It's actually very, you know, it's action packed and with painting and talking and it's incredible. Yeah, it's good. It's good. There is something amazing when someone achieves nice quality of drawing, of painting, and you kind of facilitate it a little bit, you know.
You help a lot. You push me in directions I wouldn't go.
And I think you have it in you, you know. It was just there, you know. When you said, "Oh, I wish the modernist avant-garde," you know, I wish I could. And that's what we're doing right now. So what you're actually doing right now, it's a post-Cézannist, you know, post-Cézanne, because all that little mosaic quality of painting, it's started with Cézanne's brushstroke, you know. So I highly recommend to revisit Cézanne, Diana. I know you know him, but like, revisit him. You know how revisit him? Revisit him with the attention to detail. Maybe, I don't know, you maybe have a books of him, or if not, just buy it.
I do, but I think there might even be an exhibit here.
That's also go and see how he influenced generations, you know, and still because that fantastic artist Peggy shared with us, right? It wouldn't be Cézanne, it wouldn't be that art here at all, because remember I was talking, some artists are the artists of a method. How would you say that? Method?
Yeah.
And some artists are dead ends. Like Cézanne is absolutely artist of a method. He opened up the gates, you know? And so that's the...
I'm going to show you where I'm at. Should I take a photo or just hold it?
Absolutely, yes.
Mm.
Oh, I need to send my daughter to her birthday party across the street.
Oh.
So my neighbors will take her. My wife took my son to the soccer practice. It's incredible. It's incredible. Kids are, oh my fucking Lord.
It's good to see that you survived your week with them all by yourself.
Oh my God, I did. And you know what I realized? It's why it's so hard. I mean, I knew that. It's just, there's two things. First of all, the goals of kids and your goal are different. You're living in the different worlds. And so sometimes when you're together, the goals are different. And it's like, And the second, when you just you, it's the thousands of little finicky things. Brush teeth, comb your hair, put your underwear. Don't forget your underwear, like, where is your gloves? Did you eat breakfast? Why didn't you eat your lunch? Oh my God. Okay, guys, it's 1:30. That's it.
I just sent you mine where I'm at. If the
Absolutely. Yeah.
the colors aren't super true, but
Okay, yeah. I sermonize a little. I'm happy with that. My inner Protestant pastor is like under control, and so I was bitching just a little bit also, and I think it's very successful lesson. I love you all, guys, and
Yeah,
see
have
you
a great
next
week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.